Hello and welcome back to the channel. Well, today's video is going to be on this, which is the Cayi. I think that's how you pronounce the name of the company. It's the C47 Skytrain, otherwise known as the Dakota. So, as my camera is still at the menders, we won't have any speed build today. It'll just be pics and then we'll get into the review. So, let's crack on and build. Welcome back. Right, the review for this thing. It's a bit of a case of where do you start, really. But let's follow the usual theme. Instructions. The instructions actually aren't too bad. They are reasonably clear in most places, and again, it's a trend that I've noticed over the last sort of 6 months or so is the reduction in the amount of pieces on each section, which I do think is a good thing. It does tend to make things clearer and speeds up the process. You do feel that engagement and sense of progression, so I think that's all a good thing. However, there are some fundamental problems with the build which unfortunately the instructions can't really plaster over. But as far as everything goes, there's no discoloration, no warpage, all the bricks are there. The quality of the bricks is variable, again, I'm afraid. Some of them stick really quite well, others are a bit, and I don't know whether Cayi use particularly cheap bricks, but there's something about them that's not great, shall we say. Now, this is almost a plane of two halves, to be honest with you. From basically there forward isn't too bad. I'm not wild about the shape of the engines and their mountings. They're a little too prominent and just not quite right. They've done a reasonable job on the cockpit, and actually the interior of the cockpit is you can get 2 minifigures in there. It does come with 3 minifigures, which I haven't bothered doing up. But yeah, you can mount 2 minifigures in there. It's got a certain amount of seats on each side. The door here does open if you are very careful, and you can just about have a look inside. The tailplane and the elevator at the back, that's absolutely fine. You do get working ailerons and you do get a working rudder of some descriptions. Now, the undercarriage, it's not brilliant. These will move up so you can bring your undercarriage up and it will hold it there. And I think in theory that if you put them down, they do put it forward. Unfortunately, nothing stopped the undercarriage going backwards, which is what does tend to happen a fair old bit. So not the greatest of undercarriages there. Now, the big problem with this is basically this section and underneath the tailplane. It's unbelievably fragile. I see what it's all on hinges. I see what they've tried to do here, but it really hasn't worked. This side is not quite so bad because you don't have the door, but over here, for instance, all this side is just held by one stud under there and one stud under there, and that's it. Now, put it this way, this took me probably just over 3 hours to build, and then I decided I would put the door on last because it was getting in the way. So I took it off, put it back on, and basically I lost parts of this crumbled. 2.5 hours it took me before I got this thing looking like it is now, and it just, yeah, this disappointed me a lot. I can't lie. It's very poorly thought out on this bit, and it will drive you to absolute insanity. It's now I'm going to do something that I don't normally do. Kobe do a version of this. I can't remember off the top of my head how much it is. I'll put it on the description. But this cost me £21.71. Don't buy this. You want a C47 Skytrain stroke Dakota, because this is a hugely historically important aircraft, not just for World War II, but Berlin Airlift couldn't have taken place without these things, and we would have had a very different version of history had that not worked out. But yeah, if you want one of these, get the Kobe one. It looks better. I've never built it, but it surely can't be worse than this. As I say, this drove me to absolute despair. So I am definitely not recommending this. So, Cayi, this is the second one I've done from them. I did the weird Spitfire thing. Yeah, I'd keep away from Cayi planes. I think that's my message to you today. They're ill thought out, ill designed, and I would say overpriced for what you get. But there you go. That's today's video. If you've liked it, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you again. You take care. Bye bye.